to another video. In this video I will be doing an in-depth analysis at how old the universe is. Now you see, some people might argue from the perspective of a creationist, such as the belief that the universe was created in 6 days and then God rested upon the seventh, such as told in the story of Genesis. Now, when you look at the story of Genesis, where we find the derived creationist belief, such as the universe being created within 6 days, and the seventh was the rest. Now, in terms of the actual analysis of the universe, you might ask, how old do I think the universe is? Well, that depends on the person's experience. Because in my own experience, the universe is 32 years old. In yours, it might be slightly younger or older. But in that particular notion, you would find that in your experience of life, you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself. And so if based on your actual age, you are the amount of time that said universe has existed, resulting in you as a person being said life form, as a human, the divine within the earth, what would you say is the life of the universe? How long did it exist for? We can say, well, it existed for billions of years, yes, but how did that universe maintain its existence for billions of years? Through fractal divisions of smaller amounts of time that replicate itself. And through this infinite divisional pattern of taking one particular universe experience, creating exponential lineage of length in the experience of the universe. But in terms of the actual life of the universe, that derives entirely up to how long you live as an individual. That's how long the universe has lived in your experience. Because guess what? The moment you were born, the universe appeared. As in your experience, and in my experience, a universe itself was born, and another experience, infinite universes. And we might think about potential ideas regarding alternate universes, and we seek them outside of ourselves. Well, they are outside of ourselves, are they not? Look at every human experience, look at every animal experience, every plant life experience, down to the very mineral core of a molecule that makes up a stone. In itself has an energy, giving it what allows it to take on said form. Because what is energy? What is matter? It is energy at a low resonant state, which becomes solid, perceivable to the five senses. And now when you look at the concept behind how old the universe truly is, once again, that derives entirely up to you. Because you can actively see the length of the universe in all different aspects we experience as humans. You can experience the length of the universe in a physical self, such as the length of your life. You can experience the length or life of the universe in the mental state, such as a psychosis, a new arising to an experience, an internal division. From one divides other, and divides other. And now you can see, based on this division of not just the lineage of length of time of the universe, percentage of consciousness that has traveled throughout the universe. And as this consciousness has traveled, well, here we are now at a planet floating across space at 72,000 kilometers an hour around the sun, a burning ball of fire, which in itself, the sun is not stationary in the galaxy. In itself is spinning in the galaxy of the Milky Way, which means the planet itself is spinning as this is spinning, and you would see that this creates infinite spin. And even the galaxy itself is once again orbiting around a larger and another larger. And you could see this pattern, infinitely small to infinitely big, of a driving force and an orbit. How old is the universe? Well, that depends. Where did your parents meet? And where did their parents meet? And where did their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents meet? Because if you want to ask how old the universe is, you can't just look at it based on your individual life. You have to see it based on the perspective of your ancestors, which means they had sacrifices they had to make in order to be able to sustain survivability, in order to create a safer garden for the men, women, and children of said kingdom, so they may not fear the wild animals, or on and on and on, because man essentially tears itself apart. How old is the universe? That depends on the level of maturity you're willing to claim as said universe. Thank you.